Mommy, please, not again, I said, picking up my handbag and heading toward the door. Mama stood, arms crossed, with the kind of look only mothers give when they sense danger. Amaka, she said firmly, you are my only daughter. I may not have riches, but I have sense. These men you admire, flashing money, driving big cars, they don't always end well. From the living room, Daddy added in his calm voice, wealth without character is a curse, my dear. Marry a man who fears God, not just a man who fears being broke. But their words fell on deaf ears. I was 26, fine, and tired of the struggle. While my mates were flaunting Dubai trips and pre-wedding shoots with men in suits, I was still managing with Victor, my loyal, loving fiance, who drove a battered Corolla and worked 2 jobs just to make ends meet. Amaka, all I ask is patience, Victor told me one night. I'm building something real for us. But I was restless. I craved soft life. I told my best friend, Linda, everything about my boredom, my frustration. She laughed. She laughed. Babes, life is short. If a rich man shows up, don't dull, oh, enjoy while it lasts. And 2 days later, just like magic, Daniel Kingsley slid into my DM. Daniel's Instagram was like a luxury magazine. White sand beaches, private jets, motivational quotes about success, and sleek designer suits. He was verified. His DM read, a woman like you shouldn't be hidden. You deserve the world. His voice notes melted me. Deep, calm, confident. In 2 days, he sent 50,000 naira for data and lunch. I was overwhelmed. Next came food deliveries, then a basket of roses, then a necklace. Victor noticed. Who is giving you all these things? He asked with heart in his eyes. Just someone from my business firm, I lied. But I didn't feel guilty. Instead, I felt alive. Linda cheered me on. Daniel sounds like a real man, she said. Victor is nice, but you've outgrown that level. She even helped me plan a fake excuse for my parents, a tech conference in Abuja. I didn't know then that the person clapping for me was leading me to my doom. Daniel flew me to Abuja in business class. When I landed, he was waiting by a black Benz, wearing white kaftan and dark shades. He hugged me like we'd known each other forever. You're more beautiful in person, he said. He drove through quiet states until we reached a high-walled mansion. Guards opened the gate. Inside, I saw chandeliers, marble floors, imported furniture. It was like something out of a movie. This is your palace, he said, but I have one rule. No phones while you are here. Let's focus on us. He took my phone. I hesitated but nodded. Luxury can silence logic. That night, he prepared me peppered prawns himself, told me stories of growing up in London, and massaged my feet. But when I went to use the guest bedroom down the hall, I noticed one door, tall, thick, and locked with a metal bolt. Something about it felt off. And when I asked about it, Daniel smiled and said, just old family stuff. My late mom used to keep her spiritual items here. I laughed nervously, but something inside whispered, you are not safe. Each night, I heard strange sounds, chants, low voices. Once a woman crying softly. I couldn't sleep. I told Daniel I felt uneasy. He touched my cheek and said, you worry too much. This house is old and full of memories. Some spiritual things can't be explained. But I couldn't shake the feeling. One morning, I walked past the locked door and noticed the red clothes peeking from beneath it. It was soaked in something dark, something that looked like dried blood. That same day, the housemaid BC gave me a look that screamed warning. Later that evening, I saw Daniel whispering to a man in the compound. He stopped abruptly when I approached. Still, I pushed my suspicions aside. Daniel bought me a Louis Vuitton bag and promised to sponsor my small fashion business. Linda called that night giggling. Babes, you don't hammer. Oh. Don't let that kind of man go. That night, Daniel went outside to take a spiritual call. I noticed his second phone buzzing. I shouldn't have looked, but curiosity dragged me in. One chat said, "Prepare her soul. Number 7 must not live her life." My hands trembled. More chats revealed names of other girls along with voice notes about sacrifices for wealth and coded mentions of rituals. I panicked. I tiptoed around the mansion, praying silently. Something told me to check behind the large painting on the stairway. I peeled back the frame and found the key taped behind it. With a prayer, I opened the locked room. The air hit me like a wall, hot, full, and heavy. Inside her skulls arranged around the blood-stained altar, candles melted into what looked like human bones, a sack in the corner twitching. I crept closer, opened it slowly. Inside were body parts, a woman's hand, an ear, a face with blood-tried makeup. My knees gave way. In my panic, I knocked over a metal bowl. It clanged loudly. Footsteps, fast, heavy. I ran. I dashed into the bedroom, jumped into bed, left. That was my moment. I grabbed my handbag, slipped out quietly in the kitchen. BC was sweeping. She froze when she saw me. She saw it, didn't you? You saw it, didn't you? He asked. I nodded, crying. Please help me. She led me through the servants' quarters to the back exit. Run, don't stop. That last girl didn't make it, she whispered. I fled into the night. Bushes tore my skin. My feet bled from stones and thorns. Behind me, I heard Daniel's voice. Where is she? Find her. I ran harder. Finally, I saw a mechanic shop by the road. I begged the gatekeeper to hide me till morning. He looked at my face, saw the fear, and silently opened the gate. The next day, I called the police. I showed them the photos, screenshots, and everything. They moved immediately. But when they got to the mansion, it was empty. No Daniel, no BC, no guards, the skulls, the altar, gone like a ghost house. Even the neighbors claimed they never saw anyone living there. Daniel's number switched off. His Instagram deleted. I called Victor. No answer. I sent a message. I'm sorry, you were right about everything. Hours later, he replied with just 3 words. I warned you. 8 months later, I now live in a small flat in Lagos. I stopped using Instagram. I deleted all my old pictures. I barely recognized who I used to be. I thought I had escaped completely until one day, while using a burner account to check on Victor, I saw a sponsored post. A beach resort in Zanzibar. And in the picture, Linda, my best friend, holding a cocktail, laughing. But my eyes caught something else. Behind her, standing by the pool, was a man, tall, in a white shirt, his face turned slightly away. I zoomed in. It was Daniel. The same Daniel? I dropped my phone, hands shaking. It all made sense. Linda didn't just encourage me, she set me up. The DM, the timing, the approval, it was all part of the plan. She fed me to the lion. My own bestie? I whispered to myself, trembling. I was never the target, I was the sacrifice. Be careful who you call bestie. Some friends are Judas in weeks. Parental warnings aren't curses, they are shields. True love may look ordinary, but it's the only thing that won't kill you. Don't let greed blind you. Some luxuries come soaked in blood. If you have been blessed by this story, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on my videos.